We're here live today for the Algoma basketball show with Omer and Jamil Jama. How are you guys today?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Can you introduce yourself so the Algoma fans know who they'll be watching this year?
Okay, my name's Omar Jama, and
I'm Jibril Jama.
And Coach 18 Jacquette down here on the bottom. How are you today, ATN?
I'm doing very well, enjoying the summer a little bit, taking it one day at a time.
So you're still in Montreal.
Definitely in Montreal, enjoying the sun a little bit. It was actually my mom's birthday. It's actually my mom's birthday today. So yesterday we did a little celebrating, at the house, and that was great.
Now, before anything, before I get you in trouble, do you want to you want to wish mom happy birthday?
Yes, because I know she watches the show. Mom, happy birthday! I know we had the celebration yesterday. We ate good, and happy birthday! Thank you for bringing me into this earth, and hopefully I'm making you proud.
And guys, I'm guessing if they had a good feast, it probably wasn't Coach cooking, right?
yeah,
I wasn't cooking at all.
so So Omar, the first question is: last year you played at Notre Dame in Wolcott,
yeah,
Saskatchewan.
yeah.
Talk a little bit about your time there before we get into the Algoma talk.
Okay. Actually, so at Notre Dame, my coach when I was in junior year of high school at Campbell, he got the job at Notre Dame after we won our city championship in Regina. So after that, like throughout my whole grade 12 season, like he was basically like trying to recruit me there and trying to see if Notre Dame would be something that I wanted to do in the future. And then when the time came, obviously, I was looking for a prep year and try to get more exposure, play more games out east and stuff like that. Obviously, where the competition is much better. So that's how it all came to be. Obviously, knew the coach and stuff, and it's only 45 minutes out from Regina. So I was living out there, but at the end of the day, it's like it's not too far. So it's not like I'm moving to another province. So it was an easy adjustment, but no, it was good for sure.
And like I say, and it makes you prepared to again. Now you're moving provinces away, but
Yeah,
moving away from home at a young age prepares you for
yeah,
that the next step of the OUA, right?
yeah, exactly. I just prepares me to live more independently and live with other people and stuff like that. And yeah, just get used to that. Get used to living on my own for sure.
And Jibril, again, you were at Medicine Hat College last year, played 16 games. Can you talk a little bit about Medicine Hat before we get into Algoma?
Yeah, medicine it was kind of like an up and down year. We battled a lot of injuries, but it wasn't bad. It was a learning experience, that's for sure. That's what I'd say about it.
So, Coach, that's something Jabril's going to be used to, or like say from last year's with you guys, first year battling injuries and everything else. So, moving right into the roster, it's something that he's going to be used to there, right?
uh, well, he's gonna be a little bit lucky because now we have time, right? As the guys can tell you, we already started to work on our bodies and some of these things. They're already starting to work on them and trying to prevent and get better, right? So we have a lot more time. So I feel like when these guys are gonna step in, that old wave of injuries is basically gonna be over. I feel like only Josiah will be the only one left on the injury list by the time we all get together. So they're going to be in a great position.
And then, Coach, is something again with staying at home, and we had the announcement last week through the OUA and even U Sport about probably not starting until January.
Hmm.
Not that you know anything new, but can you just expand on that because we did the show just before the announcement. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. I can talk a little bit about that. In terms of youth sports as well as the OUA, they kind of decided um, to go to the with an air of caution, not having any games taking place or any activities taking place until December 31st, 2020. So what that means is that some of the fall sports that were taking place, or any activity or sporting activity that was taking place until January 31st has been put on has been canceled. So for us, it means that in January, we're talking about the two semester sports. We should be starting in January. Um, for us, I mean, it gives us an opportunity to have the kids there longer, train better, um, get us to a place where we're going to be ready to compete in a safe environment. So they're trying to really make sure that they're taking care of the student athletes' health, as well as the I guess fans and faculty's health, so that we can have a good season starting in January.
And guys, we're approaching, and I know you're in Regina, Saskatchewan. Um,
Yeah.
so you guys are opened up a little bit more than we are here in Ontario. But with this pandemic almost hitting 90 days, even though we're still not quarantined anymore, how have you guys been staying active in basketball shape?
You answer that.
We're playing a lot of outdoor basketball, like just putting up shots and training, and yeah,
Yeah, just doing that. Obviously, doing the runs, doing hills a lot. Just trying to get more explosive, get our bodies right. Because since indoor gyms aren't open now, you can't really fine tune your skills that much. So you got to go out the court that you think is best. So trying to do stuff with that, but also it's important to go on the runs, go on the hills, and do all the lifts that you can. For example, like I have like a bar over there with some weights, so I could throw that on there and do some upper body stuff, also some lower body stuff too. So just trying to do that right now.
And we've talked about like over the last couple of weeks with the new recruits, coach bringing a little bit more size again, and they say, Omar, you got an inch on your brother. If it was one
Yeah,
on, if you go one, if you're playing 1-on-1, who's taking the win there?
you can't say that one now. I mean,
I'd say I would win, but he probably has a different answer.
I mean, lately, a couple times we've played lately since he got back and I got back. Uh, I've been taking more to wins, I'd say. But obviously, if it's like he'd like to say he'd win, I'd like to say I'd win. But it's it goes back and forth for sure. It's
Yeah.
competitive, but I've been winning more lately.
And coach, what was your decision? What made your decision to bring these brothers to Algoma for this upcoming season?
Oh yeah, taking a look at their videos and what they were doing. At first, I was in communication with Omar, kind of seen him play a little bit. Uh, he played against um,
That's
Thetford
fair.
Prep, and we had the opportunity to kind of I had the opportunity to kind of get that game tape, um, watched them play, and um, saw things that I like. I feel like he's a bigger guy, bigger body, younger guy. He's gonna have the opportunity to get a lot better. I felt like he can shoot the ball for a bigger guy, which is great, which is what we were looking for, and also an open mind, having the ability to ask questions. We have conversations where if I call Omar, I got to reserve the next hour and a half because
Yeah,
he's going to be asking me lots of questions and stuff like that. So uh, definitely, I felt like individuals with an open mind, coming from a great family, I mean that they're willing to learn and develop their game. It was great, right? In the case of Jibril and I got some tape of him at Medicine Hat, watching some different games. Also, probably Jibril doesn't know, but I also went back where I could actually see all his games on Synergy, and went back and I saw an athletic card that unfortunately, he got hurt, so he wasn't able to develop as fully as I feel he could have over the year. You can say if I was wrong, Jibril, there, but I felt like he has some abilities, with explosiveness and everything, and he's willing to learn as well. A little bit more quiet than his brother, but still the same open mind type thing, and asking me some different questions, how to get better, how to work out, and I feel like both these guys, they want to get better and they want to improve. So that's really what was impressive with these two guys. And I felt like, hey, you know what? If I can have them come down as a set of brothers while we're trying to build this family, it's going to be great for us at Algoma University.
And when it comes to, I guess you say, guys, sibling rivalry, who like you say, who wins there if you ask mom or dad,
uh oh, like between like our parents, like who like did lean more towards, for example, like for asking something or something like that.
or just sibling rivalry, like you say, brothers. My brother's a little bit younger than me, but there's always been sibling rivalry there. Like
Oh yeah,
any animosity, or you guys get not physical, but that way
Uh,
is there?
It's mostly on the basketball court when we're playing against each other.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. Like for example, like on the basketball court, like if we're playing like 2-on-2 or like 3-on-3 or stuff like that, I'd want to be on like the opposite team just because I know like
so we could guard each other.
Yeah, and if he's on the opposite team, that he'd like be going harder. So stuff like that really. But yeah, there's definitely some rivalry on the basketball court.
Yeah.
And we talked to the Benjamin brothers last week, and Coach, the biggest thing I think Coach always emphasizes family, and and Sterling and Satchel said they have, each of them have a look when they look at each other. They know exactly if they're mad or if they're happy with each other. You guys have the same?
Not a look, but I know like for him, for example, like if he's not like talking too much, then like maybe something's wrong. But so I don't know. I don't know if he has one from me or not, but.
And Coach, we talked about last week. We know you have a certain looks. A certain look means certain things, right, Coach?
Definitely. I take this from my mom. Sometimes you need to speak, and sometimes just the look, it gives all the message you need to kind of convey to the guys.
Exactly. And guys, and Jibril, I'll let you go first here. Is for Algoma fans who don't know you, who do you model your game after, and why?
Like what you mean like
on the basketball court?
Okay, yeah, like another player. Who would you compare yourself to? Not who you are, but who you compare your play to.
Like NBA players?
Yeah.
NBA players. Probably like I'd say Kevin Durant maybe, but more passing. But like yeah.
And Omer?
You
had time to think, so now you have to
tell us. No, like my favorite player in the league is Jason Tatum. But obviously, like now that like I'm going to the next level, like I'm starting to look at more players that are built similar to me and then have like the same athletic abilities to me. Because obviously in the NBA, there's a lot of just like genetic freaks that are just have 45 inch and stuff like that. So obviously, right now, like I'm watching a lot of Paul Pierce and Chris Middleton, guys who know how to get to their spots, use a lot of skill, and yeah, just guys like that I think that my body and stuff is similar to, obviously. But my favorite player is Jason Tatum, but right now I'm looking towards Paul Pierce and Chris Middleton, just watching their games a lot.
And talking about who you model your games after, and I'll let you guys go, like say, Jibril, I'll let you go first about what do you think you can bring to the Algoma roster? Usually we say the fall, but now possibly January. What do you think you can bring to the roster?
I think I could bring a lot of scoring, a lot of passing, and defense. Being like a two-way player, playing both sides.
Omer?
For me, I think what I'm going to be able to bring is shooting, obviously extending my range and stuff like that, being able to space the floor as a bigger guy. So if coach wants to go big and stuff, I could definitely be thrown in there and be able to space the floor. And I'm very vocal on defense and on offense. So I'm like, if my game's not going well, at least I'm going to be talking, getting my teammates going, yelling help side, making sure defense is all set and stuff like that. So I'm definitely very vocal on the court.
So, Coach, I think all these guys watch the videos because all we hear is defense, 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 or they're just trying to butter you up, one of the two.
Maybe they're watching the videos. I can't confirm 100%, but I know they are. But it's also part of their nature. You gotta bring in guys that kind of understand certain things. And when I communicate with some of the guys, like these two gentlemen, I like to hear things like that. I like to hear guys that that understand that defensive end is where we need to put some energy, put some work, and then they understand that also they're gonna have a certain role that they're gonna be able to do offensive. So and they're kind of spot on what they said, and that's what I like about these two guys. I feel like on the defensive end they're gonna be able to help us and on the boards able to defend the quicker guys and get better at that. And then on the offensive end, start off with a role and then expand that role as they get better. So yeah, they're on point with that.
And where do you see their roles fitting into the roster come September, but when you start in January?
Yeah, come in September, have them come in and kind of really understand the speed of the game, have them understand because the game changes. Obviously, you get to a new level. You probably get to the highest, one of the highest levels to play basketball in Canada. So there's going to be a small period of adjustment. But like they said, man, I expect Jibril to be able to put the ball in the basket, have the ball in his hands a little bit, play. And I expect Omar to come in and make shots, regardless if he's at 0, 28, 5. He's going to be able to hit some shots in the perimeter, and he's going to be able to get some timely baskets for us. And defensively, being versatile, having the ability to cover a little inside if we have to switch, or keeping guards in front of them and doing all that type of stuff. So I feel like they're gonna be there. And with the workouts that we're doing, they don't see it right away, but they're becoming a little bit more athletic.
Yeah.
I'm expecting these guys to bring some athleticism, and it's going to be different. Like the way they're going to start playing, I feel like they're going to contribute, and it's going to be different from where they were playing before. And I feel they're already starting to see the difference. I don't know if you guys feel that,
No,
but I think
sure. Yeah.
they're starting to see the difference, and we're not even like, I would say 10-15% of where I see these guys being in January. So they're definitely going to be contributing to our squad.
And Jibril, and that's something I'll ask you first, and then Omar is Jibril. What do you see difference? Again, it's just game film right now, but from when Medicine Hat playing in the OUA, what do you see the biggest difference there for you?
Players are definitely bigger, faster. I'd say like that's the main thing. Like players are more athletic, more versatile. I think that's what I see most. And the pace of the game is really fast too.
And Omar, you being 18 years old, you might be playing guys who are 23,
Yeah.
24 years old. So guys who are 5, 6 years older than you and coming from Notre Dame Prep. Can you talk about going from there to the OUA and what you see different and playing with guys quite a bit older than you, possibly?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, in my prep year, you're only playing against guys that are your age or younger. So you're the oldest guy there. But moving on to the OUA, being like one of the youngest guys, especially, it's gonna be. I feel like I adjust to it. We've played when we went to the Sun U tournament. We played against Thetford, their CJEP team. So they had a couple older guys, obviously not 24 or anything, but yeah, it's definitely going to be an adjustment just because of the age. So some of the guys are already going to be 5, 4 years in. Bodies are going to be right. They're already going to have 5 years of university weight room behind them. So that's definitely going to help. But obviously, I'm going to have to come in and take the same path that they did. So it's definitely going to be good.
And coach, we talked at the start of the show about you still being in Montreal. Now, are you going stir crazy yet that you can't get back on the court?
Uh, a little bit, a little bit. Um, but I feel like it's coming soon. Um, I feel like really, really soon I'm going to be able to get it back into the office. I've been in those temporary offices, my car, these different places, but now I'm going to be in the office real soon. And then I'm going to be in the gym. If I'm in the office, definitely the gym is opening up. So um, right now, what I'm putting in my head is, hey, use it as a small little vacation, or a little staycation, I guess we can call it. And then, very, very soon, I think in about a week or so, we're going to be able to get back into the gym and work out the guys.
And coach, and it's something. How have you? Not. I mean, not that you're recruiting, but how are you still doing your coaching responsibilities and duties for Montreal and not being able to be at the school?
Oh, definitely. Um, Basketball for me, it just never stops. It's just a passion. It's something that I do. Um, we try to bring some IQ with some basketball sessions that are distributed to the guys. This week I'm actually right after this. I'm about to do the kind of 7 edition, and we just kind of talk about all types of different things that are needed to prepare for the game. Right now, we're talking about nutrition and how getting our bodies ready and doing all these different things, and letting the players know that this is what's going to be needed in order for them to compete. Also, starting to put guys in different situations, because with some of the reporting that the guys are gonna have to bring in, I can kind of see some of their strengths, some of their weaknesses, and kind of start placing them where I think they're gonna be successful and where they're gonna have the opportunity to help out and feel confident playing at this level. So for me, basketball really it kind of never stops. Yeah, I always try to get 1% better every single day, and then communicating with these guys and putting them in right positions to be successful and helping them improve with their IQ. That's what I'm doing right now.
So, guys, you haven't even started school yet, and coach has already got you doing homework.
Yeah. Basketball homeroom for sure. It's good.
So it's not really work when it comes to if it's basketball, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just another day, really.
Now, Omer, I'll ask you first. What are you looking forward to most about getting on the court at Algoma?
Just getting ready, playing university basketball. Seeing what the practices are like, just going through uh, the whole like process of all that happening. So just getting ready, trying to see how that all is, and obviously competing with all the guys there. Like I think it's gonna be like 17, 18 guys, something like that. So just competing with all them, see how everything is, see what the level's like. So yeah, definitely that.
And Jibril?
Yeah, just competing at one of the highest levels in Canada and improving my game.
And something here I'm going to do, Jibril, I'm going to ask you a question about Omar and Omar about Jibril. Jibril, and this is like you say, this comes to maybe sibling rivalry. Tell us one thing about Omar that people don't know.
Yes, that's tough. The other people don't know. Probably that he speaks 3 different languages, I say.
And which are those?
Yeah. Just English, Arabic, and Somali. We're Somali, so we speak Somali too. Yeah.
So, and Omar?
Something that other people don't know.
Good or bad?
Good or bad? Like, is it like basketball related or just in general?
Just in general, just so fans get to know you guys.
Probably that he's into NBA 2K. He plays that a lot. Probably that.
So he's better than you if you get down and both play.
I mean, it's his PS4, so I just kind of try to get in whenever I can, a couple like 30 minutes or something like that. But yeah, he definitely has me beat with that right now.
So, coach, now they know how to speak different languages, so you don't. Sometimes you might not know what they're talking about, then, eh?
Yeah, they might want to hide a few things from me. So I'm gonna have to get better at Arabic. I'm gonna have to learn, man.
So you won't know if it's good or bad.
Exactly. So I'm gonna have to give them a look so they repeat it in English or something. Convince them.
So at least we're adding. It sounds like we're adding another, like you say, another vocal player and also another quiet player to your dressing room. What does that do for the dressing room, coach?
Hey, the dressing room is, it needs to be full of characters. Different guys. Some guys quiet. Some guys loud. Some guys, offensive mentality. Some other guys with shooting mentality. But it's great as long as we have the same vision and we kind of understand that we're trying to achieve. There's a dream that we're trying to achieve. We kind of put a date on it now. We know it's going to be in January that everything is going to get started. So now it's just as long as we're all working together as a family to get better. It's all good, man. We need different guys, man. If everybody was the same, it would be boring. We need different guys in the locker room, and we need to learn from one another and get better. And every single guy that's different is going to bring something different to the team. And I'm counting on them to bring something positive to the organization as well.
And guys, we've talked about it. It's unfortunate you guys can't start playing like you say competitive basketball until January. But maybe with this situation, maybe will it benefit you to be able to come into Sault Ste. Marie Algoma and you're training with the team the first 3-4 months, but you can adapt to life in Sault Ste. Marie Algoma. Do you think that might be a benefit?
Yeah, it might be just because you're not going through the games and all that. You're not traveling on the road a lot, so maybe you're there more for 3 months. So maybe it might be more stable. Try to check out the city and stuff like that, and get used to the student life there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And we talked to the Benjamin brothers last week. They're in Texas compared to Regina, but our weather is still different than you guys. So how are you going to adapt to the -30 and 40s and like Coach does? How to get used to this year?
Honestly, our weather here, like it gets to that in the winter.
It gets pretty
bad. -30, -40, stuff like that. So I think we're used to it. Like, we already have the jackets and everything, so yeah, we're definitely used to that.
You got to get those Algoma jackets for them, Coach.
Oh.
We'll look into that, definitely.
So, last question for both of you is: would you like to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to anyone. honestly, just the whole team, probably just the whole team, stuff like that. Like we're all working out right now and uncertainty. So yeah, just shout out to them for working hard too and pushing all of us.
Yeah, I'd say I give a shout out to my parents, my family. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one what you got to give a shout out to, Omar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, question is, have you guys been in touch with the players at all over like social media or like say other than the team meetings?
No, I haven't really been in touch, but I've been watching a lot of their videos and stuff. Like, yeah.
No, not really. Probably at the start, talked to Vincent a little bit. But yeah, not really, not that much.
And that's something I know Vincent watches quite a bit of the shows, coach. But the thing is everybody keeps on saying Vincent, Vincent, Vincent. So there's something must be about that personality, eh, coach?
Yeah, Vincent is he's gonna be also one of the veteran guys, one of the older guys. So he definitely made sure to kind of just say hi, I guess, to everyone, every player. Just talk to them a little bit, and it lets you know that he wants to welcome them and make them feel like, hey, you know what, hello guys, this is how it is, and let's see how we're gonna let's see how we're gonna get going. And um, that's Vincent. That's who he is.
Now, coach, not that we know for certain or anything yet, but now that you know that it's probably not till January after the Christmas break that you guys are going
Hmm.
to start playing league play. Any idea what they're talking about schedule wise?
No idea. I have no idea what they're thinking. Um, so we're just on that. We know it's gonna start in January. We had talked of an earlier plan, but nothing confirmed. So I have no idea.
And it goes back to exactly day by day to see exactly what's happening, not just in Canada but across the world of what's happening
Hmm.
even still with not we're not locked down anymore, but everything health wise about what's going on, right?
Right. That's right. Um, I feel like it's really they're thinking more about how it's gonna work in terms of the traveling, uh, where we're gonna play. Are we playing in terms of how we're gonna play the games, how many games we're gonna play, and making sure that it's kind of safe for the students to travel.
Now, guys, the question is, and not the OUA has
Yeah.
said this, or we don't know, but what would it be like if you had to play in front of no fans?
It definitely be different. Like it's happened before, like obviously like in tournaments and stuff like that. But for a university game, it'll definitely be different. You'll be hearing like the players talk more and the coaches talk more. So
Yeah, you'll definitely be hearing a coach. It'll be more of a scrimmage feel too. Yeah.
And that's something, Coach. You want those fans because you want to fill those seats every night this year, don't you?
Hey, it's a entertainment as well. Basketball is one of those sports where it's entertainment. In golf and tennis, everybody needs to be quiet, so it's like practice. Basketball is not like that. Basketball is a show. People are loud. There's hecklers. There's everything. There's all kinds of things going on, and you got to focus. And it's part of one of the reasons why we love that sport, right? You're coming in and you're putting it a show, and you're showing people how disciplined, how good you can be on the court.
And Coach, last one again. You're not involved, of course, but are we going to see an NBA season?
Uh, you know what? I haven't been able to kind of communicate with some of the guys that I know, so I'm thinking I'm going with what the media says, and they said they're thinking about having a season. I know these guys are have conversations about certain things going on right now, and just making sure uh, everything can be safe, and also in terms of like different things going on that they're able to kind of um, apply. Um, how can we say this? Just making sure that everything goes well in terms of their beliefs and certain things that have been going on in the United States, as well as the health of the guys. So I think there's going to be a season. I mean, it's a big money machine. Economy is important over there. Uh, but I don't know. I'm not in the inner circle, so I wouldn't know if there it's going to be going on. If I was to vote, I'd say it's possibly going to be going on. Probably looking at maybe what 6, 8 games maybe, and then get into playoffs.
And Coach, the biggest thing is going back to baseball is what's right there on your shirt, right? Agoma basketball is mostly important to you, right?
Definitely, Algoma basketball is very important to me. Even more important to me is these guys. I want to make sure that every single guy is healthy. You know, we're all going to live a long time. So the decisions that we make, yes, part of it is going to be because we're trying to win, we're trying to be Algoma basketball, but also, make sure these guys become winners as well. So that means the decisions I'm going to take is also for their long term, so that they're able to become, businessmen or whatever they decide to become as older individuals.
And Omar, the last thing is what are you taking when you come to Algoma?
Uh, Probably my bat, like all my basketball shoes and
No,
shoes.
sorry,
Probably.
sorry. Course wise,
Program.
Oh, of course.
Jibril like that one.
Uh, my bad, Mr. Fish. I think I'll be going into biology. I think probably going that.
And Jibril,
Same thing, biology.
same thing. So you guys will be able to study together then.
Yeah, for sure.
And coach, one thing people probably learned about me is we know at least Omar's bringing his basketball shoes with him, so he will be prepared.
Definitely.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for taking the time out this morning, and I know you're a couple hours behind us, but thanks again for taking the time, and hopefully we can do this again when you come into Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was good talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
coach.
Thank you.